Welcome to another video from EarnPED.com. I am StevieB, happy to have you all with us. I just landed back on Cali. I'm going to be heading back to Next Island and back to the Cronin here shortly, but I wanted to go ahead and shoot some videos while I'm here. Hope you are all doing well. So today I want to cover something that's going to put a couple of things together, and also that's going to give you guys a new opportunity that you might not currently have. It's something that isn't really done a lot in game, and something that would be kind of difficult to find somebody to help you with. So that's all good, right? So first of all, why do we go into space and do VSE? Well, we do repair skilling in space to get skills. And yes, we get crafting skills, but we also get our defense skills. So it helps with our evader and stuff like that, right? But the crafting skills is what's important. So if we look at my skills, we see that my VSE is 49. And then we've got skills in the 34 to 25 range, going all the way down to, let's see here, next page, low 20s, and then the ones below that really don't matter. So this is important because skilling for construction, skilling for crafting naturally is very, very hard. To just go to a crafting machine and just spin click after click after click after click to try and get skills that way, ridiculously expensive, virtually prohibitively expensive. You would have to spend tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the skills that you need, when you can get those same skills from doing lots and lots of VSE. Now, it's still a money dump. You're still spending a lot of money on RK0s and RK25s and welding wire, and all you're getting back is skills, not loot. But it's cheaper than the alternative. It's cheaper than just going and naturally skilling by crafting. So, that being said, that is only part of the battle. The other part of the battle is going to be the blueprint itself. If you're wanting to do crafting, not all blueprints are the same. So I'll give you an example. If we come over here to the technician where we can buy basic blueprints, let's see here. Let's look at Accuracy Enhancer 1. So you can buy this blueprint brand new for 1 PEC. Now, if we look at this blueprint and look at the markup, the weekly markup is 177 PED. Well, why is that? Why is it 177 PED when we can buy it right here in the technician for 1 PEC? Well, the reason being is because of a thing called QR rating, quality rating. Now, it says that it's 1 PED, but when you get it out of the vendor here, it's going to come out as 1 PEC. As you use the blueprint, unlimited blueprints naturally go up in QR rating. So if you'll see on my unlimited blueprints here, I've got quality ratings from 6.3 on basic nuts, because I very, very rarely, if ever, use basic nuts, all the way up to 100 QR, perfect QR, on basic filters, because this one has been used a lot. So the way you determine your success rate when crafting, this success rate over here, is determined by a mixture of skill plus quality rating. So if you have all the skill but quality rating 1, you're still not going to have full success. If you have no skill but 100% quality rating, you're still not going to have full success. To get the full success rate possible, you need full skill plus 100 QR, 100 quality rating. Now, this is on unlimited blueprints. If we look only at limited blueprints that have a limited shelf life, we see that as long as we have skills, we have max success. That's because since these have limited uses, they burn up. This one will burn up after 31 uses. This one will burn up after 13 uses. This one will burn up after 16 uses. Since they have limited uses and then they just disappear into the ether, then the QR is automatically set at 100. So as long as we have the skills to use the limited blueprints, then the QR is not a problem. However, when we're talking unlimited, when we're talking blueprints that don't burn up, that you can use over and over and over again, quality rating is extremely, extremely important. Now, quality rating is not linear. It's going to take you just as long to get from a QR 90 to QR 100 as it took you to get from like QR 1 to QR 70. It's just like skilling. To go from evader level 49 to 50 is going to be like going from level 1 evader to level 25 evader, right? So same thing. So once you can get past QR 50 to 60, then you've gotten the vast majority of the benefit from QR skilling. Now, obviously, you do want to end up getting to 100 if you can. However, once you get past 50, it's not as big of a deal. So the reason that specifically that one we just looked at out of the technician had that markup on it when it's a technician blueprint that you can get for a PEC, I know for a fact that there was a QR 100 blueprint for that exact blueprint that sold on auction like 2 days ago. And it went for like TT plus like 300 and something PED, which is why the numbers were how they were, and you saw that markup of 177 PED. So why am I telling you this? Well, I'm telling you this because I know that I've got skills for crafting that a lot of people just do not have. I've also got a lot of blueprints that are unlimited that people do not have. And I've also got a lot of high QR blueprints that I know people do not have. This is where we're about to lead into an opportunity for you guys. So, looking at some of these, like generic, these are all QR 100. I've got them in descending order here. So, QR 100, generic leather, standard plate, Jester D-1, basic filters, basic coil, durable hood, standard damper, EP1, weapon damage enhancer 8. Probably one of the highest QR weapon 8 damage enhancers in game. Simple 3 conductors, simple 1 conductors, Gyro Fap 2, lesser Elysia. And then we get into my ones that are slightly below 100 QR. Basic sheet metal coming in at 99.8. Simple 1 plastic springs 99.2. Settler shin guards 91.9. Roadie BLP 90.8. Basic tube 88.6. Simple 2 plastic springs. You can see the list here. Here's where I want to point out. Damage Enhancer 5, QR 84. Damage Enhancer 6, QR 84. Lifescanner-1, 81.8. Damage Enhancer 9, 79.4. Probably one of the highest in game. Let's see. Damage Enhancer 1, 73. So, that being said, here's what I'm willing to do. Go back to the first page. What I'm going to include in this service, I'm starting a new service if you guys want it. If you guys want it. And I'll go through piece by piece and explain why there's these couple of outliers I'm going to mention first in this service. But I'm going to do that after. The service is going to include the Jester D-1 blueprint, that's QR 100. It's going to include the Gyro Fap 2 blueprint, that is QR 100. It's going to include the Roadie BLP amp, that is 90.8, and the Lifescanner-1 blueprint, that is 81.8, as well as my level 5 Finder Amplifier, which is 70.8, and my level 2 Finder Amplifier, which is 70.7. So it's going to include those blueprints I just listed, and then it's also going to include my damage enhancer blueprints, because I have one of the highest QR sets of damage enhancer blueprints in game. Not the highest, but one of the highest. I think it's probably in the top 5, depending on how you weight it. So, looking at this, I already have the skills to do damage enhancers 1 through 7. Damage enhancer 8 I can also do. Or no, I'm sorry, I can't. If that was true, that would be at 95%. So I can almost do Damage Enhancer 8. So I'm going to limit it to Damage Enhancers 1 through 7 for now. After I continue skilling up, I will eventually add 8 to the list. And then once I continue skilling up, I will eventually add 9 to the list. So those blueprints I very first named, plus these Damage Enhancer blueprints, I'm going to be offering a new absolutely free crafting service. So let me explain how this works. If you are interested in using higher quality rating blueprints, like my damage enhancers 1 through 7, or those ones that I named a while ago, my level 5 Finder Amplifier, my level 2 Finder Amplifier Lite, or the Jester D-1, the Gyro Fap 2, or the Roadie BLP MK1 amp blueprint, or the Lifescanner-1, what you can do is get a hold of me and we'll set up a time. All you have to do is bring me the inputs. So whatever blueprint you're wanting to use out of those that I just named, you bring me all the stuff needed to click it. Preferably, guys, not like 5 clicks. Okay, like let's make this a minimum of like 100 clicks. Can we do that? Maximum doesn't necessarily matter to me, but minimum like 100, because I don't want to spend all day doing this for 500 people at 2 clicks each. But bring me the inputs, and what I will do is I will stand here and I will craft it. Now, I get the skills out of it, but I've also got the skills to use it. Some of these, not just everybody's going to have skills for. Most players can do Damage Enhancer 1, 2, or 3. Very few players can do damage 6, 7, or beyond, which is why it's so hard to find higher quality rating blueprints when it comes to like Damage Enhancer 8, Damage Enhancer 9. Like I said, I'm almost through with 8, and I'll be able to do 9 very, very soon. So I'll sit here, I'll click them away, and you guys get all the loot. You get all the end products, all the shrapnel, all the residue, all the blueprints that are looted while it's being clicked. And to keep everybody honest, what I will be doing is from the moment you trade me the stuff that you want me to click, the moment you trade me all those inputs, when we meet up to do this, I'm going to be recording the entire time. And whenever we trade back, that will be the end of the video. I will then upload the video to YouTube. I will make it private so only me and you can see it. And then there it is. You saw it from beginning to end. There was no tomfoolery. I will also make sure that the inputs and potential outputs that are available are something that I do not currently have in my inventory or my storage on Planet. That way you don't have to say, well, you know, I got this much metal res, but you already had that much metal res. It got commingled. There will be no commingling. So let's say you wanted to do Damage Enhancer 7s. You would bring me empty enhancer components, which you get from the TT. You'd bring me Nova fragments, output amps, pyrite, and socket 7 components, and then I would not have any of that currently in my inventory or storage. I would get rid of all my Damage Enhancer 7s that I have on me. I would get rid of all of my residues that I have on me, and we would immediately start shooting the video. I would start clicking. Once we were done, you would get everything traded back. There would be no tomfoolery about it. This is helpful because I know there's a lot of people that can do Damage Enhancer 1, 2, or 3, but maybe you don't have a decent quality rating blueprint. My 1 is 73.6, my 2 is 66, my 3 is 60.9. So we've already gotten the vast majority of the use out of those, which is why we're at 92.9, 92.6, and 91.7% success rates on those. Whenever it comes to 4, we're at 67.1, so 92.3. 4 and above is where most people usually don't have the skills for it. 5 is 84, so we're at 93.7. 6 is 84, so we're at 93.7. And then 7 is QR 71.2, so we're at 92.6. I can go ahead and do Damage Enhancer 8, even though I'm not fully maxed on the skill side yet, since it is QR rating 100. It is giving us kind of the same base ratings as the rest. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to continue skilling VSE, so this 92.5 will continue to grow. But I'm going to go ahead and throw it in there since it's already in the same range as all these others, being 91.7 to 93.7, and Damage Enhancer 8 is 92.5. So we're going to go ahead and throw that one in there. And then that will keep going up as I continue skilling. We're going to hold off on Damage Enhancer 9 because obviously 33% success rate. I just don't have the skills for it yet. When we get there, we'll add that into rotation. So this is helpful on the Damage Enhancer side because I know this is one of the highest quality rating sets in game. As I do this service for others and as I continue to use these blueprints for myself, these quality ratings will eventually all get to quality rating 100. Yes, it's only going to eke me out an extra 1 to 2% in success rate, but I just want to see 100 all the way down because I want to have the tied highest quality rating set in game. There's one complete quality rating 100 set, I believe. I would like to have the second one. When it comes to the other blueprints that I named, the reason that people might want to take advantage of that is for a little bit different. Obviously, if you're making Jester D-1s, nobody is making them to sell them. Obviously, that would be a horrible, horrible idea. The reason that you make Jester D-1s is because you're essentially trying to loot other blueprints. This is a level 1 blueprint, as you can see here, so it can loot any weapon blueprint between 1, 2, or 3. If you are using Gyro Fap 2 blueprint, quality rating 100, also a level 1 blueprint, so it can loot any tool blueprint level 1, 2, or 3. If you are using the Roadie BLP amp blueprint, it is a level 5 blueprint, which can drop anything from level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 as far as tools go. And if you're using Lifescanner-1, it is again a level 1 blueprint, so it can loot any tool blueprint 1, 2, or 3. So from Lifescanner-1, I've gotten recycle blueprints before From Roadie BLP, I've got some recycled blueprints for, I believe it was Gizmos. And I've gotten a couple of boosted blueprints for amps. I've gotten a lot of boosted blueprints off Lifescanner-1 before, whenever it comes to boosted tool blueprints. And on Gyro Fap 2, same, a lot of boosted blueprints, a lot of recycles. Whenever it comes to Jester D-1, that's where I've looted the vast majority of my Armatrix blueprints from. The Jester D-1 will loot anything from an LR10 all the way to an LR45, an LP10 all the way to an LP45, a BC and BP10 all the way to a BP and BC45. Same for short blades and long blades. You can also get a few recycles in there, here and there, I believe. I can't recall offhand, but I know this is where I've looted all of my Armatrix blueprints from level 10 up to Armatrix 45 on those. If for some reason you wanted to go with like a texturing run, I guess I've got the generic leather texture 1 blueprint. We could throw that one in. So if this is something you guys are interested in, let me know. Mainly I'm offering it because of the damage enhancers, because my damage enhancer set is so vast, and because it does have much higher than average quality ratings where we're eking out virtually all of the gains from the QR side, and because I have the skills that very, very few people have. Most people don't bother to skill that high because they're never going to get a blueprint that good, or they're just going to think that it's cheaper to buy their damage enhancers elsewhere. Damage enhancers are also kind of weird in how they act because of the way that it works with the inputs versus the outputs. So every time you get an enhancer constructed, you're going to get metal res in addition. So it's kind of an interesting thing. They're kind of unique in the blueprint world. So that being said, that is why I'm doing that. I also wanted to make this video because I know there's a lot of people that have had questions about blueprints as far as, well, I keep seeing these markups on auction. The markup shows me that the Damage Enhancer 1 blueprint, this week went for 318 PED for 4 of them. Why is that? Because I found one on auction for, TT plus 10 or TT plus 20. Well, because this one right here was a very high quality rating blueprint. This one right here, not so much. So obviously these are things that are not cheap to buy. These blueprints cost a considerable amount of money. You don't even want to know how much I paid for the Damage Enhancer 9 or the Damage Enhancer 8. It was a considerable amount of money. And I got a very, very, very good deal on them. In fact, Damage Enhancer 8, let's see, this week went for TT plus 572, and that one was actually a much, much lower quality rating than mine. Mine is quality rating 100, and I believe that one was a quality rating 70, something like that. So again, almost the same as far as quality rating is concerned. It's about a 2.5% difference from the success side, but huge price difference. So that's why I want to offer this service. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be doing this during Mayhem. This would be before or after Mayhem type thing. Obviously, this is a when I'm free type thing, but I think this will help a lot of players who don't have the PED to go out and find damage enhancer blueprints with these quality ratings, and who don't have the money to go endlessly skill VSE for thousands and thousands of PED. Not just everybody can make hundreds of RK zeros and hundreds of PED worth of welding wire and just go skill for days on end. So since I have the skills, and since I have the blueprints, and since I would like to have more skills, and since I would like these quality ratings to continue to grow, that's why I'm offering what I'm offering. You guys bring the inputs, I will run the clicks, I'll make a video of it so everybody's copacetic with the whole thing. You get back all the stuff that is generated from the attempt, and then I get to keep the skills, and obviously my blueprints go up in quality rating. Now obviously I'm limiting it because I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of blueprints, and I don't just want to open this up to every single blueprint known to man. I mean, I've got 23 pages of blueprints here. I don't want to go through every single blueprint known to man and be doing this for literally everything, regardless of what it is and how useful it is, and regardless of what the quality rating is, right? I just don't want to do that. So that's why I'm kind of limiting it to those blueprints that I mentioned in this video. Now, that said, the exception there is if it's an enhancer blueprint that is unlimited, that I happen to have or can easily get, that the quality rating is not atrocious on, I'll go ahead and do it. So if you want to do like Mining Finder Depth Enhancer 1s, mine is QR53, I'll go ahead and do that one. Weapon Accuracy Enhancer 1s, quality rating 40.8, I'll do that one. Depth Enhancer 2s, 38.6, I'll do that one. Once we get into these lower quality rating ones right here, Accuracy 3, Defense 1, Enhance Accuracy 5, Durability 1, Durability 5. Once we get into all these over here, I mean, if you really want me to do them, I will run them because I do have the skills to do it, like Armor Durability 7. Not just anybody's going to have the skills for that. Mining Speed Excavator 7. Not everybody's going to have skills for that. Medical Tool Skill Mod 8. Not everybody's going to have skills for that. So, I mean, if you want me to run it, and it's an enhancer blueprint that I have, even if the quality rating is low, I will run it, but I'd prefer to stick to these higher quality rating ones. Also, I'm going to be trying to acquire more enhancer blueprints as I go. I focus mainly on damage enhancers first. I'm probably going to focus on accuracy enhancers second, and then depth enhancers after that, and then my goal is to eventually have all of these super useful enhancer blueprints at quality rating 100. So damage, accuracy, depth, durability, stuff like that. So I'm going to leave that there for now. I hope that has been super helpful. Obviously, when you're doing construction, you also want to take into account when using residue to make something full TT and not, you would only do that with limited items. You're almost always going to want to be on quantity and not condition. That's where the gambling comes in, is people putting EP4 all the way on condition. Usually a horrible idea. We're not talking about limited items here. We're talking about blueprints that you will always run on quantity, that you will never need to use residue for. So that is kind of a non-issue there. So that being said, I'm going to leave it right there for today. This is a new service I'm going to be opening up. If people want to use it, cool. If people don't want to use it, cool. But if you're looking to make damage enhancers 1 through 8, or if you're looking to use the other blueprints that I've named to try and farm boosted blueprints or recycle blueprints, shoot me a private message in-game, holler at me. One problem that we do have in-game is the blueprint has to be on the same planet as you, and I've got so many blueprints and blueprint books, I'm not just going to carry them around planet to planet. However, if you're wanting me to do an exceptionally large run, like 300 to 500 or more, especially for damage enhancers, I'm willing to take the blueprints with me and bring them to Arcadia or Tulum or Next Island or Monria and actually craft them there on planet with you, instead of having everybody come all the way back to Cali. In fact, I'm probably just going to keep my damage enhancer book on me for that purpose. But most of the time we'll probably be on Cali. So that being said, I do have more videos coming for you guys in the next week or two. I'm going to be headed back to Next Island. I've got a lot more videos to shoot there. I've released several over the past week or so for the Ascension Armor competition for next month. So now I've got to shoot the month after that's videos. I've got more videos to shoot here on Cali, some of which I may shoot today. I've got some coming up on Mind Force, all kinds of good stuff. So that being said, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. Hit that little bell icon, because that's one of the best ways you can support us. Also by hitting that like button, because there's always a hater hitting that dislike button. And if you really want to support us, head over to EarnPED.com, because when you earn, we earn. That's by far the best way you guys can support us. We appreciate all the help. So I'm going to leave it there. Sip, sip, smack, smack. You'll know the rest. And we'll be back with more videos for you later. Take care, guys.